What's up guys, and welcome to another YuGiOh Duel video. So as you know, today is the 27th and today should be the day we can unlock Sora Pierce as a playable character. Alrighty then, so let's check out the specs real quick and requirements. Episode 3. Win against Dual Trainer Yuya at level 40, which in current Dual World Arch 5 and get completion rewards. So most probably at this point, once we defeat level 40 Dual Trainer Yuya, we can unlock Sora Pierce as a playable character. And when we are going through this particular duel, we will be using Sora Pierce's fluffal frightfur deck. So as you can see, 2 copies of HMs, 3 fluffal dogs, 2 HM sabers, 3 fluffal bears, and also 2 copies of fluffal owl, and 1 copy fluffal cat, 1 fluffal wings, 2 frightfur fusions, 2 toy vendors, and 2 polymerization. For the extra deck, we have frightfur saber-tooth, 1 frightfur bear, 1 frightfur tiger, and actually 2 frightfur tigers, 1 frightfur chimera, 1 frightfur daredevil, and 1 frightfur wolf. So as you can see, this is a fusion based deck, and with the skill being equipped is called HM Assist. Each of the following effects can be used once per duel. Send the equipped HM from your hand to the graveyard, change the polymerization in your hand to frightfur fusion, or you can send an HM monster from your hand to the graveyard and send HM monster from your deck to the graveyard. So basically this entire skill is depending on sending HM monsters to the graveyard to change a poly to a frightfur fusion, or sending an HM from the deck to the graveyard so you can activate frightfur fusion to bring out much more fusion monsters by bashing the materials in the graveyard. And without further ado, let's get into a duel and go for it. So Dual Trainer at level 40, and let's see what we have. So this is only a one-day event, I managed to obtain myself 2 copies of frightfur tigers, 4 copies of fluffal crane, and 4 copies of fluffal bear, which one is a prismatic copy, which is pretty nice. And I pretty much spam this event to a whole lot more, and not to mention 3 fluffal leos. So overall I've sorry. So overall I managed to obtain about 2 types of basically the full copy of the fluffal cards. And without further ado, as per usual, when you're going into these kind of duel, it's better to use your result boosters and EXP boosters if you want to. And if you are uncertain that you might win or lose, you can activate extra life and extra card just to give you an extra advantage when you duel against these kind of duelists at the higher level. And without further ado, let's get into a duel now, shall we? Let me sip my coffee real quick.
You're gonna love the moves I have for you.
Okay, this is
like my dad to flip your frown
his
upside
opening
down.
hand.
Let's duel.
Wow.
Here I go.
Okay.
It's might. I set the pendulum scale. I set the pendulum scale.
Alright, no polys. Now that is a real problem for a deck like this. 2500 All-Dash Pendulum Dragon already on the field, plus a Perform Pal Sleight Hand Magician. Huh. Okay. So let's first activate the Toy Fluffal Bears effect and get Toy Vendor to set onto the field. Then we activate Toy Vendor's effect, and we discard let's see, Fluffal Dog, add a HM Sabers. I already have 1 in hand, so let's get rid of this real quick. And special summon, I'm guessing this monster, discard, add a HM, blah blah blah. Let's just say this is a very dire situation, so let's set this monster in defense position. Effect of Fluffal Dog triggers, and we add a copy of, let's say, yeah, perfect, Fluffal Owl. And now we normal summon Fluffal Owl, and we add a poly from deck to hand. And now we go for polymerization. Okay, so let's see, what do we have? We have frightfur tiger, frightfur wolf, and frightfur daredevil. Okay, let's get into frightfur tiger real quick. So fusion materials, one HM sabers, and also one fluffal cat, and also a fluffal owl. You know what? Let's get rid of everything in hand.
When my monsters become one, you're stuck in. If
Frightfur Tiger's effect triggers, and we destroy the face-up cards on the field based on how much materials were used. Number 2, number 3, and number 4. Let's clear his board real quick, and Fluffal Cat's effect to add a poly from the graveyard to our hand. Okay, let's see. Send an edge imp from your hand. Oh, let's activate the first effect. That's much better. Okay, let's send edge imp chain to the graveyard and turn this into a frightfur fusion. And now we activate frightfur fusion. And go into Sora Pierce's ace card, which is Fluffal Frightfur Bear. And check out the animation for this real quick. Look at that, isn't he adorable? Okay, with an empty field, let's go for our attack and win this match.
Always have fun.
Wow, Yuya!
Okay, so that was pretty decent. That was a pretty decent match. And we got our 5th copy of Fluffal Crane. Nice. Yes! And just like that, Sora Pierce unlocked. So that's basically it, and we finally unlocked Sora Pierce as a playable character. Although there are certain other episodes like 4 and 5 which will only be unlocked after a few days from now on. You can focus on the cumulative reward system, obtain the game mats, and various other rewards that are available right there. And if you have yet to obtain any copies of Fluffal Bear, just keep on pushing along with a copy of Frightfur Tiger. If you manage to obtain at least one copy of Frightfur Tiger, your deck is pretty much okay already. But the best way for you to actually do that is actually get more than one copy, which is much more optimized. And as per usual, if you manage to obtain enough EX jewels, you can go to the card trade EX right here to trade for either Fluffal Crane, Fluffal Bear, or Fluffal Leo. But for Frightfur Tiger, it's not currently available. The only options available right now are to upgrade it to a glossy or a prismatic copy. And aside from that, that's pretty much there is to it. So if you do not have any of the Frightfur Tigers, you just gotta keep dueling and keep using the result boosters as I mentioned before. And let's check out Sora Pierce real quick and see what kind of level up reward this little kid has. So as you can see, the first would be a Fluffal Owl. Second would be an Edge Imp Sabers, which is a necessary material to bring out Fluffal Frightfur Bear. And our Frightfur Bear copy is right there upon leveling up. Okay, that's pretty decent. At least we don't have to go to we don't have to obtain the main box or mini box coming soon. Toy Vendor is here as well. Second copy of Fluffal Owl, second copy of Edge Imp Sabers, and a skill called Bear Parade. Each of the following effects can be used once per turn and once per duel. Select a fight bear you control. Select one monster in your opponent's graveyard and equip it to this card as a equipped card. And during this turn, the selected monster gains additional attack for each card it has equipped. Okay, that's pretty decent. And that's pretty much it. Our second copy of Toy Vendor, our third copy of Fluffal Owl, our third copy of HM Sabers, and our second copy of Frightfur Bear. So overall, in this entire level up system, we'll be obtaining, actually it's gonna be third copy of Frightfur Bear. So we don't actually have to worry about getting enough Frightfur, Fluffals, or HM Sabers for the deck itself. And by clicking into Sora right now, you can see that the current default skill is the most unbearable monster, meaning that we currently have Frightfur Bear, HM Sabers, Fluffal Bear Polymerization, and Frightfur Fusion added to our current deck, so that we can at least fuse out a certain monster. But since we managed to obtain certain other Frightfurs and Fluffal cards, we can add that in right there, but it still will not be enough. But do not worry, because in the future, most probably at the end of this entire event, there's gonna be a main box or a mini box that has more supports like Frightfur Fusion, and also like a few other Frightfur Fluffal cards that you saw above. Anyways guys, that's it. We finally unlocked Sora, and that's it for today's side of video. I'll come out with more duels and see what I can do from then on. So until then, I hope you guys manage to unlock this character and have some fun with this new archetype as well. So until then, stay safe but keep dueling. Goodbye, good night, good afternoon, good morning, and see ya.